Good morning, Alien Head. Glad to have you in here, Alien Head. He's first, second, third, fourth. Only one in the chat right now. He's here. He's in DC, and he's here for me. Alien Head, thank you very much for being in here, man. Appreciate you. Clearly, if nobody else comes in, we're not going to be streaming for a full hour, I can tell you that. But nonetheless, we got Chris, Gorilla. Some guys are starting to show up. I like it. Let's check the market out, see what's happening so far today. Then we're going to jump back into the chat. We got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen sitting at 292. GameStop, 25.97, up 3.80% today. That's not bad, man. GameStop bouncing back. GameStop actually having a pretty good week. It's been going up since hitting those lows at about $20.70. It at $25.93 right now, a 20% rise over the last, I don't know, week or so right there. You've got Shiba Inu Coin at the bottom right-hand side of the screen sitting at $11.98, bouncing back and forth between that 1,200 point per coin mark all morning today. You guys can see not doing too much, but trying to maintain those levels at 1,200 points per coin. Bitcoin sitting at $82,460. Is it going up? Is it going down? Well, it's going sideways right now, so we're going to have to see how that plays out. The NASDAQ doing pretty well. NASDAQ 0.70% higher on the day today. Nice little gain there. And where are we at overall? You know, we're not doing too bad. Maybe... these are steep moves. Maybe about another 10% move, and we essentially recover everything that we have since the tariffs talks began. So, not doing too bad on the NASDAQ today, especially after that 10% gain that we saw a couple of days ago. Things are looking pretty good. AMC up. GameStop up. Solana, $119.33. Dogecoin, 15.80 cents. Shiba Inu Coin, 11.97. Ethereum sitting at 15.61. Bitcoin, 2% higher, $82,399. The SPY, up 0.5%. QQQ, up 0.5%. Somebody put this man in prison. Mulinado down 42% today. You can't even see it. You cannot even see it. But what you guys have to see, look at this. The split adjusted stock price goes all the way up. What is this here? To $13 trillion. $13,341,804,706.27 a share. Down to $2.09. Guys, if the United States would have bought 3 shares, right? I mean, I don't know how much the United States has like total in terms of what I know their debt, 39 trillion, right? If the United States would have bought a couple shares of Mulinado, it would have completely wiped out the entire United States. If the world would have invested in Mulinado, the world would be bankrupt right now. And I'm talking only buying like 2 or 3 shares, right? If they would have bought 2 or 3 shares. Mulinado has bankrupted the world in terms of its historical price action. That is how bad this company is. I would venture to say that this is the worst company in the history of humankind. I think that this is probably the worst company in the history of existence. And if you know of one that is worse, let me know. But I have never seen a split-adjusted historical price at $13.3 trillion down to $2. And let me say this, that $13 trillion next week will probably be 20 cents. Okay? So don't go buy it thinking you're going to make $1 trillion with it going back up. The guy running Mulinado is the worst businessman alive. I mean, he does deserve to be in prison. The way that he steals people's money like this. It's not normal. It's not normal. I mean, look, Sundial can't sell weed to anybody, and they've gone from $125 to $1.33. I mean, terrible price action, right? But it's nowhere near 13 trillion to $1. This is 140 bucks, 130 bucks, losing 99% of its value. Okay, that's one thing. But dude, $13 trillion. This dude would have bankrupted the universe. Oh my God, man. Netflix, on the other hand, Netflix is phenomenal, going from 35 cents in its 2003 launch all the way up to $1,000. Holy smokes, man. Netflix has a pretty nice graph there. Tesla's got a pretty nice graph as well, going from $1 to $488. Amazon, ooh, looking good, 7 cents to $242. Apple, ooh, nice long-term graph. Soxel in a major buy opportunity, man. I don't know, $9. Obviously, it can come down a lot further. But Soxel, man, this is some wild volatility, bringing it down to literally like 2020 lows. So Soxel could be an excellent buy opportunity. I don't know if you'll ever see $1 again like it was a decade and a half ago. But Soxel, very, very low in price. Nonetheless, so we are going to watch Bitcoin's got a beautiful graph too. Look at that, man. Look at that. People are bearish on this right here. This looks like one of Alien Head's stocks, man. All it does is go up. Bitcoin looking phenom. Bitcoin looking phenom. SHIB not looking too bad either. 1,200 points per coin. Pretty strong. We'll see how it plays out. What do we got going on? Chris says here, can't talk, had to turn on monster mode. Yep, that's a setup from machine mode. A step up from machine mode. Nice, Chris. Sometimes you got to do it, man. Sometimes you got to do it. And I'm glad that you can tap into that. Ahoy! What's going on, Gorilla? Glad to have you, Gorilla. Dang, Mullen Dilly, you dirty scoundrel. Yeah, dude, $13 trillion to $1. What an idiot. Hello to all the bros. AMC, close second. AMC 300 to 200. It is a close second, man. Or 300 down to $2 is a close second. Probably a little worse than Sundial, right? So AMC definitely up there with what Adam Aaron has done to it, but 13 trillion to $2 is insane, man. So, okay, help me out here. If Mullen is so bad, why bother following it and checking it out? Maybe we can just look at other projects. Oh yeah, I just kind of look at it for not to buy it at all, right? I did trade Molinado twice. I had 2 successful trades on it, but at this point, it's kind of just there to look at and see what not to do. So please don't go buy Molinado. I have no intentions of ever buying Molinado. Definitely not. But I just leave it up there to watch at this point because I've never seen a stock. It's a perfect example of why you can't just hold something forever, because that forever will literally turn it into dust. Actually, the dust on your table is probably more valuable than Molinado is. TXRH, excellent buy opportunity. TXRH, let's look at it. XCN has been killing it this week. Very nice, Giovanni. We can pull that up as well. Where's this bull run? Everyone has said is happening in 2025. Right around the corner, K-King. The bull market will make you go cha-ching. It's right around the corner, K-King. The bull... Soon, man. Soon. Bull market is soon. A lot of fear surrounding tariffs right now. If people weren't so afraid of these tariffs, we'd be in bull market heaven right now. But we got to deal with the fear. TXRH. Texas Roadhouse. All right, this is one that I was not expecting here. Texas, dang man, Texas Roadhouse. What a very nice graph over the last 10 years, man. Texas Roadhouse going from $3 to $157. Maybe pulling back, as a lot of people might believe that a recession is going to cause less people to go out to eat, and that is a possibility. Dude, kind of wild. I guess they did lose 50% of their value in 2020. Literally, dude, this is a decent example, right? So restaurants closed in 2020. Okay, couldn't go out to eat. 2020. Everybody's locked down like prisoners in their homes. Can't go out to eat. And Texas Roadhouse loses 50% of its value. Right? AMC is another example. Can't go to the movies. AMC loses value. But dude, this is how you run a company. I mean, I'm sure that Texas Roadhouse is not redeemed all of its customers. I'm sure there's still people that aren't going out to eat, whatever. But This is growth. This is a business. This company faced the same headwinds that AMC faced. This is how you grow. Adam Aaron chooses to do this instead, man. Adam Aaron chooses to just destroy his company. Think about that. Look at the difference, right? And I get it that this is a large spike up. Even if you took away all of the retail euphoria that took place in 2021, right? Take this spike out of there. Look what the dude is doing to the company, man. He's literally running it right into the ground. It's faced the same challenges, the same problems that restaurants across the globe faced. And here we are, Texas Roadhouse. Substantial growth over the same time period. Crazy to me, man. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Adam Aaron can't run a company. That's what it tells me. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy to deduce that information. You don't hold projects like that because it will turn to dust, kind of like some meme coins. Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. I did make some money on WienerDog AI. I got out whatever that 400% gain day when it jumped into the summer. All right, whatever day that was during summer. I mean, Jason's pretty much dust. Cat slap. Dude, I don't know. Cat slap, I'm down about 50% from where I got in on cat slap, so it's down, but I rode that one down from freaking 1 cent or whatever it was down to where it's at right now. Dumb as can be on that. I made money on Dogeverse, didn't I? Yeah, I made money on Dogeverse. I didn't make money on Play Doge and Base Dogs. Play Doge and Base Dogs. Two worst ones. Obviously, Jason, that dude gave up. Iggy Azalea did not give up, though, so I'm still excited about her. Let's see. Morning, Clay. I don't know how tariffs work. So ARI, it's basically like an import tax, man. So if you are importing something from China, for example, I don't know what the tariff rate is right now. If you're importing something from China, not only do you have to pay for it to be shipped to you, but you also have to pay 100% or 104% or whatever the tariff is right now, tariff, or essentially tax, to bring it into the country. So if you're going to be buying something and it costs you $100, it's going to end up costing you about $204 because you got a 104% tariff or 104% tax importing it. So if it would normally cost you $100, now it's going to cost you about $204. If it normally costs you 10 cents, now it's going to cost you about 20 cents to bring in. So it's basically like, you're paying a customs fee to get it across the border. Clay, don't you believe that times have changed from a year ago on meme coins? We know where real-world assets are going, but we don't know where meme coins are going, like Shiba Inu. I don't see it coming back. For the people that are still here, yes. For the people that have dealt with the volatility, yes. In terms of overall, no. So I still believe that the average retail investor will never settle for 10, 20, 30% gains in cryptocurrency. Whether that be for XRP, whether that be buying Bitcoin or Solana or any other utility token, layer 1 blockchain, and so on. When the confidence returns, okay, this is the most important part. So right now, as fear is at the highest levels that it has ever been, yes, people are afraid to buy meme coins. It's just, there's no arguing with that. They're afraid to buy meme coins. When people get greedy, right now, everybody thinks that meme coins, everybody thinks that crypto is going to go down, and it's going to go down forever. Very illogical, okay? When things get greedy again, They are going to think that meme coins are going to go up forever. They're going to see a meme coin up 200, 300%, and they are going to pour into it. They are going to forget everything that they have felt. They're going to forget everything that they have learned. They're going to forget all of the logic, and it's going to be 100% pure emotion during a greedy situation. Does that mean that it's a good investment? Does that mean that it has intrinsic value? Absolutely not. But people do not care. The same way that they do not care when fear is as high as it is right now. So, like, partially yes, to answer your question, a lot of people right now are way too afraid to touch meme coins, and they're in a much different position than they were even just 4 months ago, right? When we were in a greedy situation. But, dude, people, trust me when I tell you, people do not learn from that. People do not care. People, the emotion overtakes them and trumps, right? Any logic that you would ever think is in the market. People will be buying, I'm going to rug pull you Inu Coin, the same as they were 4 or 5 months ago, the same as they were back in 2021 when the confidence and the greed returned, man. It's just, it overtakes them. So, in a sense, yes, but no, man, I know they're coming back. Texas Roadhouse is the best casual dining in the United States based on polls. It also, a beauty of a chart indeed. Oh, it is a beauty of a chart indeed. Really, I did not know that based on polls, Texas Roadhouse was the best casual dining in the United States. That is very interesting. Pfft, anything with the name Texas in it. Nice. Michael, you like anything with the name Texas in it, or you and anything with the name Texas in it? So glad I scooped up Swift. Where's it at today? SWFT. Is it SWFT? Swift coin. SWFTC is what it is. Holy smokes. Look at this daily chart, dude. 65% daily gain. Wow, man. Half a cent, tripling your money. 0.7 cents to 1.8 cents over like the last 3 days. Dude, why didn't you tell us to buy it, man? Why didn't you tell us to buy it? It's beautiful. Pull up House Coin, Clay. It's still doing well. Is it on CoinMarketCap, or I gotta go find it on? House DAO or this one? Gotta be this one. Dude, it is doing well, man. $0.2 to almost 2 cents, man. That's a 10x gain. It's a 10x gain right there. It's not bad at all. $16 million market cap, very tiny. $13 million market. It was showing 16 somewhere else. Here's the thing that I don't necessarily like, though. Right? A $13 million market cap with only $30,000 in the liquidity pool. To me, I don't like that difference there. $13 million market cap, man. I want $1 million in the liquidity pool. This is a crazy low amount for the amount of its market cap. I'd much prefer a higher level of liquidity than $35,000. That's, to me, that's way too low. Clues right about tariffs, but you forgot that once the companies pay the tariff, then the price of the product will rise. So the tax of the product will be paid by the regular customer. well, depending on efficiency, right? So if they pass that price on to the customer, it all depends on their competition, right? And from there, this is like, and it's, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this, man. So let's say that you are importing something from China, and these companies that already import it for $1 and sell it to you for $14 on Amazon. If they're paying a 100% tariff to bring it in from China, now all of a sudden that $14 good is very likely to cost you $15, not a 100% increase on their $14 price that they're already selling it. It's their import cost. So a 104% tariff on something that comes from China that you know is getting marked up ridiculously might cost you an extra $1 once they go to sell it to you. So yes, any smart businessman would likely go out there and raise the price of their item so that they don't lose money, and because their cost of goods sold, they don't want their bottom line to decrease. However, right, if now all of a sudden it starts to make China less competitive, perfect, right? That's the entire idea. If they're not willing to negotiate with the United States, they become less competitive. So one of two things is going to happen, right? Either prices do rise a little bit, or we start to see competition from other countries who are willing to negotiate with the United States. So anybody that believes that China is the sole source of all goods, I mean, could be rudely awakened. We could see India step in. We could see the United States step in. If goods do become too expensive from China because they're unwilling to do business with the United States, we're going to see somebody else step up and do that business. So yes, it is very likely that the price gets passed on to the consumer, but don't forget the original markups that come from China. When you buy a, dude, I don't know, when you go to, AliExpress and you get your t-shirts for like 49 cents, or if Walmart is getting their t-shirts from China and they're literally paying 30 cents because they're ordering 4 million t-shirts, the 100% tariff is going to increase the price of that t-shirt from 30 cents to 60 cents. And I have never bought a shirt from Walmart for 60 cents. They're, $9, $19. So, you'll likely see a 30 cent increase on the price of your $20 shirt. So it will be doable. It will not be catastrophic failure like a lot of people expect, because China's prices are so freaking low that it's ridiculous. Let's see. That's the wrong one. I think mine shows $16 million market cap. 700,000. Contract starts with Dithy. Now this is the right one here, but I'm looking maybe at the wrong liquidity pool, because I'm cool with 700,000 in the liquidity pool. Not 35,000. Okay. So I guess Radium only has about 50,000. So some of the liquidity pools only have about $30,000 in them. Housecoin, I believe it's this one, right? This one does have $700,000 in the liquidity pool. Yeah, you can't see it. That is a much better liquidity pool. Is this on Pump Fund? They've got PumpSwap has $700,000 in the liquidity pool. Dude, that is absolutely wild. Every weekend, absolutely alien head, and thank you very much for being first in the chat, dude. Especially when I thought that nobody was going to show up to the chat today. So thank you very much for that. Have a great weekend, whether you're in DC. I think you said you're in DC. Stay busy, but not too busy, man, and enjoy it. XCN almost up 200% in 1 week. We got to look at XCN as well. Onyx coin, jeez, man, an 80% gain today, dude. We're gonna see a comeback, man. We're gonna see a crazy comeback. Yeah. We're gonna see a crazy comeback, man. Holy smokes. 30x gaining here. Yeah, guys, please don't be afraid of crypto. Please don't be afraid of crypto. There's only 20 people in here. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen so many people disappear over the last, like, 6 months. It's insane. And it's discouraging, too. I mean, it's discouraging. I look at my numbers. I see literally 0. I looked at my numbers last night. 0 subscribers. I posted 100-plus videos over the last month. 0 subscribers. Nobody is interested, at least in me right now. But it seems like nobody is interested in cryptocurrency right now. But I'm telling you, please don't lose interest. When you're seeing 1,000% gains over the last year, you're seeing 200% gains, 100% gains over the last month, 200% gains over the last week. Stuff is going to go up. Stuff is going up right now. A lot of people are just missing it, man. Let's see. Right now, that tariff chart team I pulled up had some pretty sketchy math, but let's hope you're right. I hope I'm right too, man. Not just to say that I'm right, but I hope I'm right. I want to see some growth. Let's see. Bitcoin look a pretty big liquidity pool too. I think 1 million. Dude, people got some crazy names, don't they? I saw that one trending today. That'll probably scroll across the top of the screen here. When did Dex Tools move it from the top 10 to now showing you the top 20 coins? Yeah, dude, they got 2 million in their liquidity pool. Freaking crazy, man. $30 million market cap, $2 million in the liquidity pool. I don't mind that ratio. $7 million in 24-hour volume. Dude, you would have 6-7 extra money. Man, more than that, dude. If you would have got in down here, ridiculous. It would like 30 extra money if you would have got in down there. People are making money in coins right now. It's not everybody that's losing out. Coins are going up. So we're going to see some gains in the crypto space. Clay, don't you believe that we will have huge gains with real-world assets because more institutions and governments are involved? Not happening with meme coins. Much different from a year ago, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, I definitely think. So all these real-world assets, all your utility tokens, I do believe that they're going to grow. Okay? But when I think about their growth, I think about maybe 100, 200, 300% gains over the next couple of years. When I think about these meme coins, I mean, look at the one on the screen right now, dude. It's extremely dumb names. Look at the number 1 coin on Dex Tools right now, Buttcoin, right? These are dumb meme coins. But when you look at them, and you see that these coins go from 1/10 of a cent to 3 cents essentially in a week, and people are making 30x their money. This is the stuff that really drives retail investors. So yes, I believe that I do believe that institutions are going to get involved in meme coins. I really do. I think that there will be meme coin ETFs. I think that Trump and Melania are going to have an ETF. I think that they'll probably be the Dogecoin included. Those 3 will be some of the first 3 to have meme coin ETFs made in America. They're going to get preferential treatment. I truly do believe that they will get their ETFs. So they will have some institutional involvement, and they're going to see meme coin ETFs. Whether they be diversified or they be specifically for those tokens, I believe you get those ETFs. But in terms of what institutions are actually buying up, I agree with you all day. But in terms of what retail investors are going to be buying up, I believe they're still going to stay in memes, man. The people that are here are probably in very few, right? There's 18 people in here right now. So the people that have remained in the cryptocurrency space may feel much more comfortable with real-world assets. So you'll have a few retail investors and institutions heading towards those real-world assets and utility tokens. When like the FOMO begins and the greed returns and all of that, retail is going to be just eating meme coins, and institutions will get involved as well. The volume is going to be high enough that Trump, Melania, Dogecoin, maybe Bonk, a lot of those other US meme coins could see ETFs. Have you heard anything about Best Wallet releasing a desktop version soon? Joseph, I have not. So I don't know what their timeline looks like or anything on desktop versions and stuff like that. But you already used their mobile version, right? I just don't know what they've got in terms of desktop versions. So I believe people are not as interested in meme coins like a year ago. No, it's true, man. I believe, though, a lot of people have lost interest in meme coins. Not necessarily because they believe in the future of real-world assets and institutional adoption. I think it's because they've been burned. I think it's because they've been burned, man. They cannot deal with a loss. And there's a huge loss in meme coins right now, right? You're down 80% essentially across the board. It's too much for people to handle, and they give up. So I think that's what a lot of what you're seeing in terms of meme coins. We were also told, right, during 2017 that altcoins, it was all a fad. Cryptocurrency in general was all a fad. The bubble is burst, Bitcoin's going to zero, and altcoins will never regain their momentum. Dude, here's the thing though, man. I don't want to say I fell victim, but I believed it, right? I believed it. You only read essentially one side of the story. If your research only includes like reading the opinions of others instead of developing your own, if it only includes going out there and reading articles to see what the mass consensus is that Bitcoin is going to fail. It's that altcoins were a bubble. They will never rebound. They will never gain. And people were fools for buying into crypto. It was a fad. Dude, I could have accumulated so much between 2017 and 2020. I just chose to mine instead. Let the passive income stack up. Because everybody said that it was over. And we obviously know that it was not over. I mean, you could have bought Ethereum for $80, $90 a coin. Even if you just went out and bought one a week, dude. Could you imagine stacking one Ethereum a week? Even at the current prices, it's down, it could see a 3x gain to get back up to its recent highs. But could you imagine stacking an Ethereum a week for like 3 years? Sitting on 150 Ethereum? Dude, you'd be sitting on like 200, 300 grand right now. And it would have cost you a couple $1,000. So you could have been sitting on 600 grand at its peaks. So, yeah, man, people will return. I've seen it too many times to believe that they are giving up completely on memes. Let's see. My portfolio is in crypto as well as real-world assets, which is great to be diversified. Absolutely, Jason. Meme coins are a gamble, not an investment. Real-world asset coins are an investment. We have a better chance of growing. I'll agree with you. By definition, yes. Real-world assets and utility tokens, you can be investing in something. Meme coins are speculative. Better chance of growing, I don't know if I can get on board with that. The speculation, people do not invest based on what something is worth. People invest based on what they want to buy. Simple as that. you know, you look, and they should, right? Logically speaking, they should do exactly what you're saying, 100%, right? If you're looking at a real world asset and you can like tangibly give it a book value, sure, dude, it makes perfect sense. We should only invest in what has actual fundamental value and can grow and all of that. But that is, dude, it's just not what people do, man. It's not what people do. If Shiba Inu coin, just for example, or Buttcoin, the next Bitcoin, if Buttcoin, dude, here's how stupid this stuff is, right? If Elon Musk, because Elon Musk has got a weird sense of humor, if Elon Musk went out on X and just said Buttcoin, you know, people would flock to this token, even if he was just being silly. So the chance for growth lies in speculation as well. The chance, the value of an asset is unfortunately not related to the price of an asset. Should be, and if it was, we would all be much better off, but it should be. It's just not. Up 53.32 session high. It's Jason. We can pull up the SP 500 real quick and see what it's doing. Morning to you, Nick F. Glad to have you. Yeah, Joseph. I really like Best Wallet too, man. If you guys don't have Best Wallet, download it. It does help me if you guys download it. You obviously know people are not buying cryptocurrency right now. Things are very, very slow. So if you guys do use any of the links in the descriptions of my videos to download Best Wallet, it is going to help me out a lot, especially because Best Wallet might buy more videos and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it, but yeah, Best Wallet is very nice, man. It's easy to use. The color scheme is great. It's very simple, and it does have like the ICO features as well. Is Buttcoin really the next Bitcoin? No. No, they claim that it is. Buttcoin might not be the next Bitcoin in terms of overall market cap, but it's an excellent question, J-Bones. It's an excellent question. Too many meme coins came and gone. I remember popular memes that died, like Saitama, Clifford, etc. I'm afraid that's going to happen with most meme coins. I believe most are just holding on hopes of coming back. Yeah, dude. They don't all make it. You are right. They don't all make it. I want an apology. Pudgy, I apologize. What am I apologizing for? I do apologize, Pudgy. Sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm glad you're here. I'm very glad you're here, Pudgy. Apology accepted. Let me know. $83,000 Bitcoin, baby. This is the next Bitcoin right here, because it is the Bitcoin. Could you imagine calling it the Bitcoin? And you know what? I think it's usually the guys that call it the Bitcoin that are bears. Yeah, the guys that like gold, you know? They're like, yeah, sell the Bitcoin. You need to go buy gold. Gold's at $3,200 an ounce right now. I'm just, anytime I see those idiots like Peter Schiff out on X, I'm just going to start telling them that gold is going to zero. To see what they say. I'm going to start being like as annoying as they are. Just telling them that their gold's going to zero. Nobody cares about that soft rock. Start calling it like a soft rock or like a limp rock or something. Dude, I got to get back at these guys. It's just so annoying to see their bearishness all day. You got to fight fire with fire sometimes, right? So I'm going to like start calling it a limp rock, like a soft rock or something instead of gold. I won't even call it by name. I'll just call it, they'll get what I'm saying. You should go sell that soft rock right now. It's useless. Oh, man. Start a war with all the gold guys. That might be fun. I like this look on YouTube. Brian, I'm glad, man. You like the horizontal view better, huh? Love that you're honest, Clay. Yeah, Giovanni, man. It's the only way that I can show up tomorrow. Even if I don't like, right? Even if I don't like what's currently happening right now and I don't want to show up tomorrow. It's the only way that I can show up tomorrow, man. And I plan on showing up tomorrow. Don't always want to, but plan on showing up tomorrow. So We win some, we lose some. Hopefully we win more than we lose, but guaranteed to lose if you give up and don't come back tomorrow. So I will always be here tomorrow. Straight up ignored me at the end of the live stream yesterday. No, Pudgy, I did see that you said that I ignored you. But I think there's a delay in like when I see the chat or something and when you guys hear me respond to the chat. I don't know what the delay is, but by the time that I had said, each and every one of you have an awesome day, then I saw your chat. But it was after I said it, so I didn't say in Pudgy, because I did say Pudgy. You were the first one that I mentioned on the shoutouts on the way out, so I didn't say it again. And then I moved over to the intermission screen. And then after I moved over to the intermission screen is when you said that you were straight ignored. Technically, it wasn't a straight ignore. It came after I said that I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day. But I do remember that you said that. A lot of meme coins are more of a short-term investment. Some of it lasts longer, but I think meme coins become popular again. It's only a matter of when. Yeah, so I 100% agree with you, Joseph, man. I got a lot of Trump. I got some SHIB. I got some... I did buy some more Pepe yesterday or the day before. So now I got an okay amount of Pepe, not just like a dusting in my portfolio. Don't have much Dogecoin. I got a little bit of Dogecoin on KSX. Dogecoin could go to like $50 and I still wouldn't be rich. So got a little bit of Dogecoin and Mother. Trump, Melania, SHIB, Pepe, and Mother are my top meme coin holdings. I do have smaller holdings in... Dude, is it bad if you call some of these coins by name online? You know the eTardio token? Like, is it bad if I say the name of that token? Like, you guys be like, oh my god, I can't believe Clay called a token by its name. Like, some of these tokens. I got a little bit of that. Got a little bit of Bro with some cat that died out. Doesn't do anything. Got some Bonk. I have a very small amount of Dog with Hat, but I probably should buy more Dog with Hat. Because, dude, WIF is down. WIF can 10x to get back up to where it is, or where it was. And WIF's still a large coin, man. 39 cents. Like, this could go back up to $3-4. This was at $4.50. I'm like, dude, Dog with Hat is down heavy, man. And it's at support. Man, dude. Crazy. This one's down heavy. I got just a little amount of Dog with Hat, but I like these Solana tokens, man. That's just a large drop, dude. $5 down to 40 cents. The good news is it does have support in the area that it's at right now. Neckbeard, what's the deal with the bull? Is it here? Is it coming? Is it gone? When moon? So, overall, here's my, I guess, summary on the actual bull market, right? Things were going extraordinarily well after the election. A lot of people anticipating major gains. Major gains were happening. What is currently taking place is, I guess, the fear surrounding the tariffs. So in order to have a true bull market, you essentially need a combination of three things. And this is rather widely agreed upon. But you need low interest rates, low inflation rates, and you need high earnings. Now, this is a little bit more, I guess, tailored towards the stock market. But right now, we have relatively low inflation rates. Just came in, I believe, at 2.4%. Target rate is 2%. So coming down, good sign. Relatively low, good sign. Just not quite to the target yet. So I believe that the inflation rate is fine for a bull market scenario. Interest rates. Interest rates are now improving. They are still high. So they are going to get better. And when they do, right, as soon as the Fed continues to lower these interest rates, we've only had like 2 cuts. So when they lower these interest rates, That is going to be much more conducive to a bull market. You see, one of the reasons we started to fall back in December is because Jerome Powell came out and ran his mouth and said, we're only going to lower interest rates twice in 2025. We were expecting to do it 3, 4, 5 times. Now we're only going to do it twice. That's when we first started to get our major pullback in December. So we're okay because we're not increasing our interest rates, but they definitely need to lower. So let's put that one on the cusp. In terms of bull market and earnings right now, earnings are okay, but people are fearful that those earnings are going to drop heavy because of the tariffs. And if they do, no, we're not in a bull market scenario in terms of stock prices and in terms of crypto prices. So if the tariffs negatively affect earnings in a strong way, I would say no. Bull market postponed. But here's, guys, I don't think, right? And look, you guys can have your opinion of Trump and all of that. You like him, you don't like him, I get it. But here's what I don't think is the plan. I don't think that the plan is to go out there and just screw everybody up and drop all deals with all countries across the globe and create utter chaos. I think that's the narrative that the people who hate Trump are trying to push, right? So whether you like him or not, here's what I think is happening. I think what is happening is a renegotiation of the United States position in terms of trade. And the tariffs that have already been implemented have brought 70-plus countries to the negotiating table, and that's why they paused at a 10% rate all of the tariffs essentially on everybody essentially except China. So I think it's going to result in better trade deals. I think it's going to result in higher earnings. I think it's going to result in some pain if countries like China don't play ball. But a couple of things are going to happen, right? That manufacturing is either going to move somewhere, or we're essentially going to make a lot of money. The government's going to make a lot of money on those imports, on those tariffs. So it's not necessarily a lose-lose situation. It's essentially a win-win situation. We just have to see how it plays out. So I don't think that we're on the brink of destruction. I think that we are on the brink of a lot of prosperity and a very strong bull market. It's just the idea that everybody's trying to tell you because they hate this man. They truly do. And I get it. You guys look at your portfolios right now. I look at mine. Prices are down. It is rough, but it is not the end. So, yeah, dude, I think that bull market is coming. I think we just have to deal with all of this stuff going on right now. And all of that stuff is, uncertainty, right? It's uncertain. And people are too afraid to buy when they're uncertain. Dude, in all honesty, nobody ever knows what's going to happen tomorrow, right? It's just fear or greed. There is no certainty ever. There's no certainty ever on what takes place. You just have to be willing to take a little risk. You just have to be willing to invest. And, dude, go back, right? Dog with hat may never come back. Dog with hat may die out. I have no idea. But if you're looking at a lot of the long-term investments that are out there, pick something that you believe in, invest a little bit, what you can afford to hold, and that you're not going to freak out with the volatility over, and see where it takes you, man. You look at companies like Amazon and Apple and Google, and it's easy to say those now because they're some of the biggest names out there. But, dude, just look at the growth that's possible if you don't get scared by the 2000, tech bubble, by the 2008 financial crisis, by the lockdown lows of 2020, what we went through, essentially after 2021, the bear market that took place for well over a year, the pullback that's happening right now, we're still so much higher. So I think we see a lot of growth, man. Clay, this is also just a way to size the gap of China catching up to be top dog. The everyday spy, dude, he's been talking about this for quite a minute. Yeah, and you know what, Chris? There's so many different ways that we can look at it, right? And I agree. I don't know who the everyday spy dude is, and his perspective on it. But, dude, the unfortunate part, right? There's probably some guys in here that hate Trump too. I don't know. But the unfortunate part is, man, so many people, even if this results, right? Even if this results in huge renegotiations with China, okay? Dude, China doesn't want to have, and it doesn't make sense, right? 100% tariff on us, they increase it, now they increase it 100% just to offset what we're doing. Like, they know that doesn't make sense either. They're just trying to flex their muscles. You're in some sort of a standoff right now. Everybody knows. They're not idiots. They're just trying to look like the bigger guy. We get it. You do the same thing, okay? So it's going to result in deals being made. Because China also knows, right? It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to be able to put up $1 billion factory in India overnight. But, dude, China knows that you could put factories in any one of these other countries that are willing to negotiate with the United States, and they just lose their business. They're not going to do that. It's a battle of, well, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Mine's bigger than yours. All of this that's taking place right now. Once we get through it, I truly do believe that we're going to see some very good times. And whether that be, to the detriment of China and to the benefit of somebody else, or that's just everybody taking a step back, renegotiating, and, moving forward, I don't know the route that is going to take place. I do know that these fools are not going to let everything spiral out of control and, lose trillions of dollars. They're too greedy to do that, man. They're not going to do that. Yeah, Pudgy, man, I still got what? We still got what, like 30% of our money in Voyager that they will or will not return? I don't know. Let's see. Agree, 100% correct. Markets are green at the moment. They are, Jason, and I hope they stay green, man. I want some gains, dude. I want some gains so stinking bad. +1, everyday spy. I like it. What? Bustamonte's gold. Who's that? Clay, legit. You should check him out. What is it? He's on YouTube. Is just his name is Everyday Spy Guy? Is that what it is? I'll check him out. Post a link in the Discord or something. I'll try to check it out. I haven't got anything from Voyager. Pudgy, you should have got 2 checks from Voyager already. I think we're just waiting on 1, man. You really haven't gotten anything from Voyager? Can you still log in? You should check the status of your stuff, man. They may have sent you a check a while back. You just never got it. You should look into that, because I got 2 checks from Voyager. Still waiting on 1. I don't know if they'll ever send it or not, but I did get 2 checks from Voyager. I'm working on it. Yeah, you should, man, because I don't know how much money you had in there, but I got 2. 2 out of the supposed 3. I don't know if they'll hit the last one or not, but if anybody else did, let Pudgy know. But guys, it is 1 o'clock. Get your names in the chat right now. We'll do some shout outs. We will be back all day long with videos, all weekend long. Dead serious, guys. I don't know. If you want to help me out, click the links in my description. Download Best Wallet. Share my videos with people. If you meet them on the street, take their phone, subscribe to my channel, give them their phone back, all that good stuff. Views are extremely depressingly low. All of this stuff right now. Waiting on a huge comeback. Hoping to get that huge comeback. And we're going to be here every day until we do get the comeback. But I don't know. Be nice in the meantime. Take your brother's phone this weekend and click the subscribe button on my channel. Chris, man, shout out to you. Have a great weekend. Pudgy, see you later. Giovanni, Pudgy, Chris, man, Chris. We got 2 Chris's in the chat right now. Giovanni, Jason, Chris, Gorilla, Pudgy, Jason, Pudgy, Chris, Gorilla, Crypto. All of you guys, you know what time it is. You want to say it with me, Pudgy? Say it with me. Till the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.